She said she was working late. I caught her at a candlelit table instead. Before we jump in, hit subscribe, ring that bell so the algorithm actually remembers to bring you back, and pour yourself something strong. Tea, whiskey, a little of both. I'm not judging. Alright, picture me sitting across your kitchen table. Phone flipped over. No distractions. Because this one's coming straight from the gut. And once we start, you won't want to pause. Corey and Jenna had been together 5 years. 3 of those years married. Rings on fingers, names on forms, and matching someday dreams they whispered in the dark when everything still felt light. Right after the wedding, Corey's parents offered them a lifeline. The old family condo. A beige-carpeted, slightly musty 2-bedroom from the 1980s. Nothing glamorous. The view. A back alley with a dumpster that groaned louder than some of the neighbors. But free real estate is still real estate. And for newlyweds trying to get a foothold, it was gold. Corey worked long hours selling Chevys under the Carolina sun. His khakis were soaked by noon most days. Jenna worked front desk at a boutique dental clinic, scheduling root canals, wrangling insurance reps, sneaking mints to nervous patients. The job wore her down, but she never said it, not outright. Marriage-wise, no huge fights, no throwing plates or remote controls. But lately, Jenna's tone had shifted. When they were dating, she took pride in paying her share. "I don't need a man's money," she used to say, sipping lattes with a billion caramel pumps. But now those Monday morning smiles were morphing into sighs. Comments about burnout, or Jasmine's husband just told her to quit and do Pilates full-time. Must be nice. Corey wasn't stupid. He heard the subtext. "Honey, I'm tired. I want off this hamster wheel. Can you take the pressure?" Thing was, Corey wanted to be that guy. He'd even asked his sales manager for a raise. Laid out numbers, loyalty, glowing surveys. The manager said, "Let me circle back." Circle back landed on a dreary Thursday. No raise, no budget, no dice. Just corporate excuses. Corey drove home with that news rattling around his skull like bolts in a blender. And Jenna. She met him with hope in her eyes. Until she saw his face. Hope dimmed. Disappointment didn't scream, it seeped. He turned cold. Quiet. Netflix menu looping in silence while dinner went untouched. A week later she bounced back, or pretended to. Told Corey she was covering extra shifts. Co-workers out for the month. Oh, and she was thinking about upgrading to the new iPhone. Perfect timing, she said. Corey just nodded. But inside he was reading between the lines. "When was the last time you surprised me?" That question wasn't spoken, but it hung. He did the math. Commissions, bills, her shiny new tech. He'd figure it out. Somehow. 30 long days blurred by. Jenna was working so many weekends Corey forgot what brunch tasted like. He meant to ask how that co-worker's vacation was going. He meant to check in. But every night he came home wiped, head buzzing from test drives and price haggles. Then came a Sunday. Jenna had already left for work. Corey was halfway through grinding coffee when his phone buzzed. It was his friend Logan. Voice type. "Dude, are you up? We need to talk. Now." Corey threw on jeans. Met him at the local diner. Pancakes still sizzling on the griddle. But Logan didn't touch his plate. "You remember Travis?" he asked. "Old guy. Owns a couple hotels down in Myrtle Beach. Flashy. Loud laugh. Picks up tabs without asking." "Yeah, I know him," Corey said, squinting. "Why?" "He booked a consult at Jenna's clinic." Said the receptionist, "You're Jenna." Texted him after the appointment. Off the books. Flirty. Emojis. All that. Logan pulled out his phone and showed Corey the receipts. Winking faces. Can't wait to see that smile again. A cappuccino date that just so happened to fall on a night Jenna claimed she was pulling overtime. Corey's stomach sank like wet concrete. He got Travis's number. Old. Asked. No, begged for the truth. Travis swore it hadn't gotten physical. But Jenna was trying. And she wasn't shy. Corey took a deep breath. Then made a plan. He asked Travis for one more favor. Set up another date. Public place. Obvious. Romantic. A spot where Corey could walk in and end it. Travis hesitated. Nobody wants to learn they've been a married woman's side quest. But he agreed. 2 nights later, Jenna told Corey she had to cover a late shift. Software update. Chaos at the clinic, she said, rolling her eyes. Kissed his cheek and Ubered off. Corey waited until her icon moved on Life 360. Then he called Travis to confirm. Window seat. Rose in a water glass. Reservation set. He parked around the corner, heart hammering like a drumline. Peered through the window. There they were. Laughing. Touching hands like it was muscle memory. Jenna was wearing the red wrap dress Corey gave her on their 2nd anniversary. He took one last breath. Checked the text. Game time. Then he walked in. No yelling. No drama. Just ice in his voice. How's the off-site shift treating you, Jen? Her face turned white. Like all the blood in her body just hit flight mode. Travis cleared his throat, told her everything was out. All the flirts. Cappuccinos. Plan. Jenna reached for her purse, reflex. Corey stepped back. Relax, he said, voice cold enough to leave frost. I'm not touching you. I just need you to grab your stuff. After tonight, the condo's no longer your address. Monday morning, Corey walked into the clinic. Collected. Asked to speak with the office manager. Explained, politely at first, that their star receptionist was using her post to build a private dating catalog, flirting with any patient whose credit card cleared. One of the hygienists overheard. Spilled even more tea. Apparently, Jenna had a pattern. And that shiny iPhone wasn't just for selfies. It was her gateway to finding a better option. 2 written statements later, Jenna was out. Cardboard box in hand. No severance. No, we'll miss you. She'd signed a 6-month lease on a studio across town. Bet that she could cover it with overtime. No paycheck. No chance. She crashed on a friend's futon. Swiped right on dead leads. Found out fast that guys vanish when the receptionist job and the wedding ring both disappear. Corey filed for divorce before the coffee went cold. And the next weekend, he and Travis met up for a drink. It was awkward, but honest. They toasted, not to love lost but to lessons learned. Corey made a promise. Next time he dated, he'd run a full gold digger audit. And Travis, self-appointed wingman, said he'd bring spreadsheets. So here's the takeaway. Free condos don't guarantee happy endings. Raises don't always come when you need them. And extra shifts can hide a whole double life. Now I ask you, if you were Corey, would you try to fix it? Or would you walk away with your head high and your heart steady? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if your jaw hit the floor at any point, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, because next week's tale, it features a backyard barbecue, a drone, and a neighbor who might or might not be part raccoon. Stay kind, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.